In today's video, I want to look with you at how science and mysticism are just two different paths to get to the same result in the end. I'm just reading this book, The Red Lion, in German. It's a mystic novel, and the alchemist in that book, who is going through different lifetimes, where he's going through a journey of transformation, where he ultimately wants to become an alchemist. He goes through these lifetimes in a beginning of the 15th century and in the 16th century. And in that time, alchemy was something that was very, very known and very accepted from society. People knew about it. They were curious about it. They heard about turning metals into gold. And a lot of the kings were actually gathering these alchemists and were inviting them to live with them, because they wanted them to create gold for them or to create remedies and medicine from nature. And these were very wise people, very studied people that continued to pass on the knowledge with the books they wrote. And that alchemist in this book, he's born again in the 17th or 18th century, and there starts to be like this societal shift slowly, that people start to step away from these traditions and alchemy, and they're focusing more on chemistry and on science and data, because people started to dissect things and they want to understand it until the last smallest element, so we can explain and logically analyze everything, every living thing, until its smallest detail. And the book was saying very beautifully how the young people that were starting with science, they were just dismissing the old traditions, and for them it was nonsense and woo-woo and should be banished at all cost, and only science is the true language, and that's the data, and that's what we have to focus on. And the book says that people that are going on the science journey, they just make a little detour, but at the end they anyways again arrive at the fact that life itself is mysterious, that the creator and the consciousness who created all of this is very mysterious, and that magical things can happen. And now it's again a little shift, because people start to wake up to this reality. We're still very much focused in the last 80 years on technology and advancement and science and data and analytics, and now people start to open up for, a lot of people go to yoga retreats or they go meditation retreats, and they have their own spiritual inner work, because they start to understand that there is actually much more to reality than just what we are being taught in schools and so on. And I find it so interesting. I was just having conversation also with my father, because the way we are going through personal transformation or personal development, a lot of people, we are often taught to dissect our old beliefs, our childhood, our programs, and like with the science, dissect until the smallest detail, so we know exactly where everything is coming from, and we can logically explain why it has happened and why we are acting the way we are acting right now. But there's also the alchemical way, I feel, that is like this consciousness, this awakening, and being aware again of this mystery of life, and knowing the truth, knowing where we are from, and that we are pure love and pure consciousness. And when we are having this wisdom, when we can absorb it again, when we can invite it again, just open up for it. Like, our bodies have been on this planet for I don't know how many thousands of years, and it is wisdom. We are carrying the whole genetics of all our ancestors. The body has evolved to the way it looks now and the way it functions now, and it is full of knowledge. It is like a memory bank of all the people that have lived before us. And our body has the innate capacity to heal things that we never thought would be possible to heal, which is such a new opening for us, like a new possibility. Or it's just an old possibility that we are becoming aware of now again. And now in recent years, science also started to back the effectiveness of consciousness work or meditation. And Dr. Joe Dispenza actually studies the meditations and what it does to the body and the psychology very, very much, because he knows, he calls it, science is the contemporary language of mysticism. So just now when I'm saying it, I also realize it's also science, but it still starts with science, but it still goes back to the mystery of life. And the people that are in the spiritual work and they're reading these books and they're like their own alchemists, they are already aware of the mystery of life, and they work with things like naturopathy and natural remedies, and it's just in their consciousness, and they know that it is the truth and that we can work with this. So it's something so mind-blowing to look at, and we can all be our own alchemists, coming back to the way we transform ourselves and we do personal development. Maybe it's not necessary that we dissect every little thing and detail that happened in our childhood at certain times, but that we actually just wake up to this mystery that this life is, this body that we have been given, this planet that we get to experience. We close our eyes, we go into meditation, we have these mysterious moments, these magical moments that we can experience that actually raise our consciousness again and allow us to see who we truly are and where we're really from. And when we can then open our heart and live from a place of pure love and consciousness, things like disease can't exist, because we are on a vibration of love, of wholeness, of freedom, of abundance. Disease and struggles can't exist on this plane. So the work that Petra and me are doing is like, we want to raise our consciousness. We want to live in this place of I'm in love with my life, you know. Just imagine, if you're in love with your life, there are no problems in your life. You're just so blessed, you're so grateful to experience this life. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. So I hope you become your own alchemist and you can open yourself up for this, or you probably already are when you're watching these videos. And I'm just telling you that you're on a great journey. Thank you so much for watching.